Before any estimation, the scope of the project should be well understood. The more detailed the scope of the project, the more detailed and accurate the project estimate will be. The size, complexity, and stage of the project will impact greatly on the level of accuracy required. The amount of cost and time the business can commit to a project can also be optimized by a deep level of understanding and clarity of the scope of the project. There are four main methods of project estimation. Firstly, the top-down and bottom-up approach are used for time and cost estimation. The top-down approach typically relies on cost histories from past projects and knowledge of the specific parameters of those projects. In the top-down estimating technique, a cost is allocated to a raw material, service, or labor required for the project. Together with the estimated number of units needed for each, a sum is found in order to estimate the total overall cost. The bottom-up estimating technique, also known as the definitive technique, is the most accurate, time-consuming, and costly technique for estimating the cost. In this technique, the cost of each single activity is determined with the greatest level of detail at the bottom level and then rolls up to calculate the total project cost. Budget at completion, or BAC, is the total budget allocated to a project. It is generally plotted over time or periods of reporting, such as monthly or weekly, etc. Each specific item needed for a project is documented and a cost will be assigned to it. All of these costs should be added to determine the final budget on completion. Lastly, PERT, or Program Evaluation Review Techniques, is a popular formula for focusing on the time estimate. It takes into consideration predetermined estimates such as the most likely time required, the most optimistic time required, or the most pessimistic time required. By integrating a weighted average into the formula, PERT is assigning the most weight to the most likely time required in order to make it more realistic. In the following formula, TE, being the time estimate, is calculated by adding the most optimistic time to 4 times the most likely time plus the most pessimistic time and dividing this by 6. Furthermore, resource planning consists of writing a business plan that involves identifying the resources that a proposed business needs to succeed. This includes resources that the entrepreneur already has and those that still need to be acquired. Resource loading mainly involves the manpower or employees. In resource loading, each employee is assigned a task or percentage of a project. Then the employee is assigned other tasks until he or she reaches 100%. This would then mean that the employee cannot take on any additional work. There is no perfect way of project estimation in real life, as has been proven by the failure of numerous projects in the past. However, through the use of these techniques, considerable estimates can be made and issues and problems can be eliminated before they even arise.